I have a Honda 1977 Civic first gen. I also have an N600, but let's talk about the 77 for today. So the idea behind this vehicle is to see what engine I can fit in it. I am optimistic that I can actually fabricate and fit a K-series engine. Not sure if it'll be a K20 or a K24, but definitely naturally aspirated and make it rear wheel drive. However, I've never done any fabrication work. I've never done any body work. I've never painted a vehicle. I've never done anything that has to do with welding. The only time I touched welding was probably over 20 years ago when I was starting to learn. And that's all out the door. So, do you still think I can do this? Yeah, sure. There's gonna be a lot of trial and error, but this is how you learn. As you can see, a lot of rust, a lot of body damage that has to be cut out. This entire roof probably all has to go and redone. But hey, that's how you learn. The worst that can happen is I can't get it to work and I'll have to just start over with something different. But I won't give up. I won't quit. It'll be a lot of work. So let me get everything out of this car, because ever since I got it, I never emptied it out. Let's see what we got in there and see what we have to work with. I was able to get everything out from the interior. It doesn't look bad when you're on the phone or when you see it from the video of a phone. By the way, I do film on a phone. But I'm sure that underneath the carpet, there's a lot of damage. But I do not want to take out the carpet or the mats yet, because if there are any leaks in the interior, because the interior is pretty damaged, as you can see, I don't want water to keep hitting the floor of the vehicle to where I'm gonna have to do more fixing. So I'm trying to minimize the issue. I definitely have to gut it out, but at least I got most of the stuff out, as you can see here. And I like to keep everything that was in the car, even if it looks like I can't use it again, because if I have to refabricate it, I can actually use that old part as a template, even if it's destroyed or in bad shape, like this plate here. I don't know where that plate goes, and I know I'm gonna have to recreate it because this is just not usable, and I can use that as a template. Looks like in the trunk they had a speaker from a home theater system, which is pretty interesting. And I gotta get that sucker out. The trunk is completely destroyed. As you can see here, like I could just push that through. So I'm gonna have to replace the entire trunk if I can find one somewhere. But this is a goner. There's not much I can do with that unless I can redo this with some steel plates and weld it somehow. Again, I know nothing about welding, so this is going to be new and interesting to me. But yeah, this is damaged. Like everywhere I press, I can't get anything good out of it. I almost want to say that the floor, at least in the trunk, doesn't look too bad, and it looks salvageable. As to see, I had to fold it back so that I can get the board that was back here out of it and clean it out. But it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of the items back in, which are these items. I'm gonna try to put everything in the trunk this time. And maybe tomorrow I'll put it on the lift and check it from underneath, see what we have going on. I just gotta start taking notes, really studying the vehicle, especially every area that's damaged, and see what I have to repair and ask for help. Get online, get on the forums, ask a couple of people what they suggest. I know a lot of them are gonna say, junk it, it's not worth it, but I wanna do it. I wanna get as far as possible, even if I can't get it 100%. As far as possible, just to see what it takes, because this is definitely going to give me the experience that I need to start getting more into body work. So let me go ahead and put everything back in the trunk, and then I'm gonna pop this hood, get some measurements of the engine bay, and see what the possibilities are of getting a K20 or a K24 to fit and make it rear wheel drive. We'll see. This is the K24 engine, and just to give you an idea of how tall and wide this engine is, to see if we can fit it in the 77 first gen Honda Civic. Let's take some measurement. I have to account for the bell housing of the transmission. So about 22 inches, roughly, with the pulleys and mounts, and about 25 inches about 25 inches. So 22 and 25. Okay, so from the radiator support to this firewall, we have 25 inches. And we said we needed about 22. So that gives us, definitely gives us clearance for the radiator. Obviously width is gonna fit. And height, what do we have with height? We're definitely gonna have to sit it lower. How much lower? Let's see, from this point here to, we needed about 25 inches. That's 16 inches. It's gonna have to sit much lower. If we were to go to the floor, I'm interested in seeing what the clearance is from the floor to the radiator support. That's 29 inches. So we need to come up 5 inches from the floor. Get me at 25. That's really low. That engine would sit really low to the ground. The good news is that you can always get an oil pan that'll fit much better. So I think this is doable. So we have the space for the engine to sit in rear wheel drive position. Width, we know we have the space. So we'll have to figure out how this is going to sit in here. I'll have to take the cross member out, the subframe, and start planning. But the good news is the good news is that the engine bay doesn't look too bad. It looks structurally decent except for this area here. But I think that we can fix that for sure. We'll see what we can do with this. My goal is to fit a K series engine in this hatch. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Again, I don't have any experience with welding, body work, cutting, fabrication, none of it. My experience is purely on engine performance and building engines. So this is new to me, and I think I can do it. I'll figure it out. I'll ask for help, get on the forums, chat with people, get to know more people, and get it knocked out. But K series is going in there. Stay tuned.